Hoppity Hooper vs. Skippity Hooper, written by Jean Lewis, illustrated by George DeSantis. Now I give you Hoppity Hooper, the highest jumping frog in Foggy Bog and 6 surrounding counties, cried Professor Waldo. Fillmore blew a blast on his bugle, and Hoppity hopped higher and higher. While the crowd cheered, Waldo kept up a running sales talk. Only 75 cents for this giant-sized bottle of Professor Waldo's Old Indian elixir. 2 over here, Fillmore. Guaranteed to put a spring in your step, a sparkle in your eye, and hair on your bald head. Waldo's sharp eyes spotted a raised hand. How many, sir? He shouted. I can jump higher than he can, said the frog who had waved. I'm Skippity Snooper from Mudville, and I challenge him to a contest. Fine, I'll jump him fair and square here and now, said Hoppity. Skippity skipped up into the stage. Hold it, shouted Waldo, getting between them. I have a better idea. Take a week to train for the contest, slates. Then it's Skippity Snooper versus Hoppity Hooper for the county high jumping contest. First thing next morning, Waldo opened Hoppity's training camp. 9, 10. Keep it up, Hoppity. A pogo stick does wonders for the old muscles, said Waldo. But do I need a whole week to train? Asked Hoppity. I need a week to sell the tickets, said Waldo. Step right up, folks, called Waldo. Get your tickets now for the jumping contest of the century. Why should we? Asked Miff Mole. Nobody can outjump Hoppity, said Rupert Rabbit, shaking his ears. And not one. Foggy Bogger bought a ticket. Day by day, Waldo grew glummer and glummer. At last, 2 days before the match, he was forced to take desperate steps to Mudville. Without a word to Hoppity, still exercising on his pogo stick, Waldo loaded a secret weapon into a trailer behind his truck and speed to Skippity's camp. What's that? Asked Skippity suspiciously as Waldo set up his secret weapon behind the high board fence. A trampoline, said Waldo. Does wonders for the muscles, see? And Waldo bounced up and down on it. Why should you care about my muscles? Asked Skippity. Showmanship, lad. That's what sells tickets. We've got to show the public you're worth buying a ticket to see. Gee, this is fun, said Skippity, beginning to bounce. Then Waldo scurried outside the fence, which hid the trampoline from a crowd of excited mud villains. As they watched Skippity bounce higher and higher, they exclaimed, Look at that frog jump! Skippity might be win. Showmanship, roared Waldo as he slipped out of the crowd and hurried home to await developments. Waldo didn't have long to wait. As soon as news of Skippity's jumping reached Foggy Bog, he was beside it for tickets. 6 down front, cried Miff Mole. 13 tickets for me, said Rupert Rabbit. I'm taking the family. Hearing this made Hoppity curious. Come on, he told Fillmore. Let's hop to Mudville and see for ourselves. Later, standing outside the fence, watching Skippity bounce higher and higher. Hoppity's spirit sank lower and lower. Fillmore, he said, I'll never jump that high. Let's go home and ask Waldo to call off the match. Waldo was shocked. I can't call off the match now. It's sold out. Besides, your reputation's at stake. All right, sighed Hoppity. But I know I can't top Skippity. I've outright myself again, moaned Waldo. Believe me, Hoppity, you can outjump Skippity. But how could Hoppity believe Waldo after what we had seen in Mudville? On the day of the match, Skippity skipped into the ring, bursting with confidence. Hoppity just dropped. Skippity jumped first, a pretty good jump too. His head brushed the top branch of a pine tree loaded with watchers. Just then, the branch swayed. It sagged. It began to crack. Help! Cried Mother Wren as her nest rocked wildly. My babies! Hoppity forgot the match and thought only of the baby birds. Hang on! He cried. I'll save you! He leaped a mighty leap. The crowd gasped. Then, in midair, Hoppity picked the nest off the branch. He carried it safely to the ground. Hooray for Hooper! Roared the crowd. Skippity wrung Hoppity's hand. The best frog won! Congratulations! Fillmore bugled, and Waldo was so relieved. He gave half the ticket money to the Foggy Bog Nest Rebuilding Fund. The end.